Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, I picked up this tractor, I would say about a week or so ago. It's a homemade, built like a tank machine, but I didn't shoot an intro. I do got some footage of us getting it from the owner and him running it and that kind of thing. I'll show you that right now, and then we'll come on back and start getting into it, doing some wrenching on it.
I might have to go in the garage and get some ether.
Watch it doesn't run forward. Got gas now. Go ahead.
One of these battery connections is too good. It's going the wrong way, huh?
I got it up on the step now. It should go. And pretty quiet.
I don't know what muffler's on there, but
Yeah, sounds good. So there's that. That needs to be addressed. Yeah, I'd definitely say that's the rear main.
it's dust prevention.
Undercoating, coating the driveway. But it's a cool rig.
I'm telling you, I'll never see another one. I can't tell you about the amount of people that have commented on it that don't want to buy it, but think it's cool.
Pop her in gear. All right. And I have my lovely assistant modeling the machine for us today. Open the door. You get a better idea how it's made. So I gave it a quick look over. Again, everything's handmade on it. A lot of Volkswagen parts are in it. And I don't know if they took hydraulics off of something else and like used the valves, would be my guess, or they just went and bought a bunch of stuff. So it's got heat from the heater boxes built into it with little flaps down there. It's got a brake pedal on one side and a clutch pedal on the other. It does not have a gas pedal, which is kind of weird. It's got a throttle lever, but the problem is it doesn't have a governor. So it's like if you go to put a load against it, it's not going to maintain its RPM like a regular garden tractor is. So we may have to address that. It's got emergency brake going to a band from the output. You get in it by the seat swivels. You sit down, the back door opens, swivel around, and you sit in the front. Good sized cab. And you want to pop the hood off, Brian?
Oh yeah.
The hood weighs like nothing. It's aluminum. So it's a 1500 Volkswagen engine, like a 67 got a B on the case. They took a hydraulic pump and I don't know if it's like from a Jeep or something, ran from the generator over to run the hydraulics. They did a really nice job running all the hydraulic lines on it. Up and around and over, everything's nice and cleanly done. It's hard mounted, there's no motor mounts or anything underneath it, but they got the heater boxes with the heat going into the cab, but then they also have exhaust that runs straight out of the back of it. Everything on it is just super beefy as far as the frame and the hitch setup. I want to say it probably weighs, I don't know, 1,200 pounds. Probably not much different than a Beetle altogether. It's got power angle, power up and down. If you got rid of that chain and put a solid bar there, you could make a dozer blade out of it. So it pisses oil like crazy. So that's our biggest issue that we need to go deal with. I went to go see about getting the engine off of it. And look on the other side.
Yeah.
That they did was they welded tabs. So that's the transmission. Right behind here is where the oil leak is. But this is solid metal. This is 1/8" plate. It's not wood. And they welded off of that, came around it. So even if you unbolt it, the engine can't go that way. So we have to try to get the transmission out of it. And I think the best way to do that is probably to get the cab off of it, so we're not trying to work around the beast of a structure that is, because it's all, we got to get down in there and get all that out of there. So we're gonna go take a few minutes and run around. It looks like all these bolts are what's holding it to like the inner frame that he made. And then hopefully we can kind of slide this whole assembly right up off of here and give us a little bit better perfillment too. You got to disconnect this, whatever this is. Brake tail lights. Let's raise the roof. Only 80 more to go. See if she cracks loose from the paint. I think we might have to run around with a putty knife or something. What's going on? It's just heavy. Oh, we tie it to the roof for the come on. I don't know, is the nose still?
The nose is still stuck.
Yeah, let's get a putty knife. We'll kind of like jam it in there, see if we can get it to. I think the paint's gluing it. So that's all the washers falling off of it.
When you said no more, I'm not worried about the washers, right? Oh, there you go. Oh yeah.
That front lip is frozen with the glass. I don't want to break the glass.
Yeah, that's.
You know why? One more bolt.
Oh man, it's always one.
They hit it on me.
Always one.
We may want to lift it to the roof. Too bad it wasn't out there. We grab it with the fork truck. Pick it up with the fork truck.
See, yeah, there's separation there.
I think we should wheel it out there. Grab it with the fork truck.
Like why? Yeah. Why are we gonna lift it? What in the?
Sometimes. Let's see if we get that to pop loose. I don't know if anything's holding it or not. It just got so much weight in the front, you think? There it goes.
Yeah. I think it's, yes.
Stick your fingers in there.
Yeah, grab hold of it and lift, right? Yes, sir.
Alright, let's see what we get.
The wiper, you gotta disconnect the wiper linkage.
Progress. You know I'm gonna go pop this off and the whole cab's gonna go flipping up over me.
I got you.
How about now? I wonder how high we have to get it up too. We gotta get up over the steering wheel,
Just
right?
this, you just need to get this higher than the wheel.
Good?
More.
Nothing's hanging, right?
Good.
I would have sucked doing by hand.
did a nice job. So much smaller it looks. It looks better without a cap. Okay, I wonder how this is going to go.
We'll gingerly put that down.
Yeah.
Wham! Is it going to touch all at the same time?
I think so. Yeah, go ahead, back out.
Yeah, it's right here. That's good.
There we go, now we can get in on it. So we got to get that whole assembly up out of there to get to the main seal that's back in here. I don't know if that coupler has to come apart. We got a steering column that's in the way. So we definitely got a bunch of digging to do. I think maybe we'll get that seat out of our way and we'll start from this end, getting that stuff off, and we'll work our way forward. See what happens. Let's get it back over to the operating room. Yeah, now you definitely can see the inner workings of it. So, sir, if you would like to, you could take off this tin, and we'll get an idea what's happening on there. And we got to try to figure out how to get. I don't know. We just take a link out of the chain, and maybe we could just leave that right on there. I mean, Mason took the time to thread everything too. It's not like it's nut and bolt. Everything has been threaded all the way around when he mounted everything.
And it's not like it had the technology we have now.
Yeah, it was done in the 70s.
Chain, chain, chain.
Let's see what we got. Dun dun dun. Yeah, we should probably get a master link out of that, I would think, if there's one in it. Problem is that's going to want to turn the rear. So we got to get the tires off the ground if we want to be able to rotate that to find where the master link is.
Unless we just happen to have the master link on top.
We won't get that lucky.
Nah.
I got it up in the air. We should be able to spin it around. See if we see we find a. Hopefully there's a master link. If not, we're going to make one, I guess. Still looking. Should probably mark it, make sure how many times I've gone around. I don't see one. Well, I wonder if we could take. Are these got bolts on, nuts on anything? No, they're just bolted down. So we could take these four off. I wonder if we could just take this whole jack shaft right out of our way, slide it right out. Still gotta be able to drop down to get the chain off though. You guys watched it go right by and didn't even say anything. It's right there. Okay, I'm gonna. So we're going to try taking the emergency brake off. And then maybe we could flip this whole assembly right out of here. And we're going to undo the other half of the band. And we're going to take these out. We're going to leave it all connected because it's pinned right here. He drills right through it. And I want to try driving that out. And again, all this just has to go right back. We just need to slide this assembly away from the transmission, not disassemble the transmission. So, you see what's holding this?
Here on your side, yes.
Yeah, whatever. Something right here.
Oh yeah, so I got his cotter pin.
Come out of there? Mm-hmm. No. That's got enough wiggle room though. I'm sure there's some kind of coupler in here that is holding it. So we're digging, we're getting decent. We've got to get the steering column out of our way. Starter's out of it. You can definitely see all the oil that is on the clutch coming out of there. So I do believe that's what our issue is. So we're going to keep whittling. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oops.
That was the dash light. They mounted a dash light inside. He's got tape on it too so it doesn't blind you. A little shield.
Custom.
For all that night driving. I wonder how fast this thing goes.
It's It's all in the gearing.
30. Okay, so we got the steering column disconnected from the trans. It's on both of there. We got, looks like one down here. Hopefully it's separate. Yeah, it looks like it's. You got one there, one on your side, and maybe it will slide forward, backwards.
Yes.
Back is the new forward. I wonder if you get the seat out of our way too. If that's going to be.
I think it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. It all depends on how heavy it is, right? We got that. Alright, let's see if she'll do anything. We give her a little pry. That's floating, that's floating. The question is, what was that noise? Let's see if it'll slide backwards out of that. I don't know if it's
Oh yeah, it's coming back. It's back. It's on back. Oh, so pretty.
I don't know if that coupler came out of there because you gotta be able to lift up on it at some point. You know, that's probably a just a regular Volkswagen pilot shaft going straight in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we may have to rig something up to try to lift on this and like spin her sideways once we get out of the way. I don't know. The seat's starting to look like it's annoying. So we're gonna try and just wiggle that thing straight back out of there. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go throw a pair of gloves on because it looks like it's gonna bite us in a bunch of different capacities.
Yeah, throw me some gloves if they're handy. If not, I'll
I probably got like 3 rights and one left. So I think.
I'll just take a right or a left.
Oh, there's one. Set.
Okay.
And I'll go with old Yeller.
Old Yeller. Power Rangers unite. Prepare to qualify.
Shall we?
Yeah, lots of pinch points.
I would grab the pedal maybe on that side. There you go. So close. The seat. I told you the seat. Yeah, that only came off.
I think it does if we pulled that right.
I think we get the seat out because we gotta put that thing back in there yet. If there's a stud sticking down from the middle of the seat that we're. You want to try it one more time?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, it's hitting this tab right here. I'm clear. That seat's gotta go. So is this the answer to all our problems?
It is.
It doesn't come out. Come on, there you go. Yeah, that stuff is getting it. Alright, let's
There you go. You can see
you guys gotta move over a little.
on this.
What is it?
I don't know.
We'll throw that in the
I don't know, pal.
questionable. Get my gloves. We're so close.
Yeah, I can see it on the shaft.
Now come around. Got it?
Yeah. Oh, here the problem is.
Yeah, there's that. There you go. Yeah.
Not bad. Where do you want to go?
Let's throw it anywhere.
That's not the problem anyway. That works fine.
And now, see, I get the back of that bell housing off of there. Which is looking like. So we gotta get the steering column out. So we got 2 right there.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a bracket up here. 1 bolt's already out for the starter. And we got the 2 down below, and hopefully that whole assembly slides back. If not, it's gonna suck. We'll see. If I try giving her a tug, see if that whole assembly will come out. You might have to pull down on it up top. Gonna make it? There you go. Punches you in the head. Two bolts away. So close. We think. Come on out of there. Your turn.
Okay.
Take a couple tugs on a pry bar and hopefully. Let's see if you can get a place that kind of not crush something. You know, you think he would have came up with something to pull that apart. That one right in there. Oh, flywheel.
Come on, baby, just pop.
You're just like right there. There's nothing there. Let me get this out of her way. I'm not going to trash it.
Who's your hose?
Volkswagen. It's only, well, Volkswagen's only got 4 bolts holding it in, they say. Bearing moves back and forth.
Why does it look like the starter is behind, the starter and the flywheel are behind?
That should be, I don't know.
Because the flywheel shouldn't come with the bell housing.
Right, just stay on the motor. Right.
So why does it look like...
That clears it. That's part of the bell housing. I don't go with it.
Okay, cool.
We just got to figure out, maybe we can kind of, can we hit it from the other side? Yeah, I can probably get maybe right in there.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little bit of prying. I think he glued it. Yeah, I don't think I get a good hit. Right there with a sledge or something. We're gonna eyeball it. We're gonna take a quick peek underneath, just to make sure. If it, you know, it almost feels like it's bolted or something somewhere else. We're gonna take a quick look all the way around to make sure we got no other issues. Kind of like removing the cab, you know. All right, so we're looking at it. It's not gonna come apart. So it looks like. So originally on a Beetle, this is the mounts for the engine and transit supported. In here is a couple of bolts that go through. You would bolt a motor mount to it. So I think inside the bell housing, this plate is bolted to there, and then they counter bolted. This bracket's welded to the tractor, so they have that one going up, and then down under in that sucky area down in there is another one, which is going to be a bitch to get to. But I think we got 4 of those we have to get off, and then it'll allow it to slide on that plate, we think. We said, oh, we found like 4 bolts in the bottom of the firewall. We think it's kind of floating. We'll lift up, give us a little bit of space. It's just too tight. Yeah, that'll work good.
Mouse trap.
That's the wrong side. Something like that.
Getting more like a mouse trap every second. Oh yeah.
Who's sticking their fingers down there to get them bolts out? Nothing dangerous there. Yeah, that's better. We got some room now. Trying to get to those bolts under there.
Yeah, one of you little guys come over here and push your fingers in here for me. You know, you little guys. You know, you little fans.
Little hands and you'll. Yeah, we'll work on those a little bit, and I think that's got it for us. We probably have to support that motor too, because there's not going to be anything on the back lifting that engine up. Yeah, we got to come up with something to, before we slide that back. I wonder if the heater boxes will hold it from the floor.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, might be okay.
That,
Putting it back in, on the other hand, have to lift her a little bit. We were determined not to disconnect the hydraulics, but we got 1 bolt left.
oh yeah, she's fun.
I think we might be able to get like a 3/8 ratchet in her now, something a bit more beefy. Should do. Is that 13?
I hope so. We'll try.
cable's gonna get you.
Everything just is. Could there be any?
All you need is a 3/8 ratchet with a little bit of a swivel head, don't you?
Well, no. Okay.
You're gonna fight with it.
I mean,
I'll wait. Right tool for the right job.
we'll see what happens.
Wrong tool for the right job. I don't know if it's going the right direction. The clicky. Yeah.
Usually not right out of the toolbox.
You want to support the head of it if you can, but your fingers.
Yeah. Yes.
Joke there.
Just a finger. Maybe just a finger.
Or two. Hope that board doesn't slip. Does that mean- Give her. All right. But you wouldn't do for an air ratchet, huh?
It's fine.
Could have been worse. Could have been the lower one. They had the drag all the way out.
Yeah. Could be worse. This could all be for nothing, just for practice. Did it all apart, and it wasn't even.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was the oil cooler. It's not the flywheel.
Yeah.
It's got a big crack or something.
Yeah, the blocks cracked.
See with your hands. Be one with the bolt.
Well, you only think I'm doing something, really I'm napping.
See, I gotta get those suckers in there yet.
Yeah. That'll be something. Ouch.
Got it? Oh yeah. Go get some pry bar on it now. Alright, let's see if we get that thing though. Just watch your fingers everywhere. It's like a grenade everywhere.
Yeah, my specialty. Grenades.
Oh, come on. I think we might be able now. Oh, I still can't. I was going to say trying to drive it from the other side. Oh, there we go. Be careful, we don't want to shake it too much. It's going to mousetrap us. We're in. Yeah, there's a little bit of oil in there.
It'll be fine.
That was a 6-volt. They ground out a 6-volt. That's where the thing was, where they bolted it on the inside. Let's see what we got. A new cloud. Oh, that thing was smoked, huh? I wonder if that's from the oil or just from sitting.
That's from sitting.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I think it's from sitting. Alright, let's get good old 36mm socket. Take that flywheel off and then we'll see what our seal looks like. Yeah, it's been spitting oil for a while.
I can smell it.
And let's get that out of there. Gotta remember this thing's floating in the air. Yeah.
Very, very careful.
Just about ready. Oh yeah.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Look at that gouge right there. I don't know what that is. I wonder if you cut this surface. This is all cut. Does that back of it look like it was rubbing?
No.
No? Got a weird kind of... I don't know. That's rubbing right there.
Yeah.
The end play that bad that it's let's go pull that seal out of there and see what we got. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know. This looks a little suspect. Let's see, go pop that seal out of there.
Oh, I see. Just watch that.
Yeah, that crank moved a lot. go see, because that was pouring out of there.
Yeah. Dump
You
it.
know? Yeah. Let's go set that on the flywheel. We'll see how snug it is on there. Yeah. I don't know. For the amount of oil that was coming out of that, I definitely would have expected to see more damage than that. Yeah, one off the bottom end is just so wore. That's pretty chewed up. I would have figured a lot more play than that, though.
Yeah, for the way it was dumping.
Yeah.
Like it was raining oil.
Yeah, the O-ring's there. But those are all just slow leaks up. But that's definitely where it was leaking from. You can see all the oil was spitting all the way around, and the bell housing was full. Let's do a little bit more exploring. Used for whatever that stuff is.
I think that's where the catastrophic failure happened.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of, so actually the further in the seal is, the less it's on the flywheel. Almost like just the gap was just so far off. I'm gonna go pull on that front pulley. You can just stay on there. I mean, it's gonna have a lot, but I mean that's not terrible.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. There's on a Volkswagen you adjust with shims. There should be 3 shims in here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, you got 3 shims. That's not an issue. I just don't want to put it all back together. Screwed. Let me find out what's in there. I'm still going to wash it. Put your point down here. And yeah, this is a little suspect too. We're going to go wash a bunch of this stuff off and see if we see anything. Yes. Unfortunately, it's not like we can run it. Yeah, you could definitely back up. And look, you can see right where it was running down right out of it. I don't know, it's acting kind of like it wasn't the main seal. It just seems like it's not very wet right here, and it's like right in this area. Could be this. We're gonna go take a little bit and wash that up. We're kind of looking it over. We do feel that the main seal is what was leaking. So this is the old one. And it's got a decent amount of drag. Let's go try a new one and see how much. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's much more pliable too. So I think what was happening was this one was on there. Although it's touching all the way around, it's probably off just a hair one way or another, and it's leaving an air gap. That's what I'm trying to tell myself anyway. I just want to put it all back together for not. I have to take it all apart again. You gotta go polish that up too. Sometimes they'll get a groove in them. Go wash that up. Yeah, Brian took off. I really appreciated his help, especially all that heavy stuff, lifting it up and around. So I don't know. I don't know if that was the issue or not. I'm still kind of. Yeah, it all points to there, but at the same token, I thought it would have been much more obvious. Something on the seal, a tear, or if it pulled itself away, or something along those lines that would cause that much of a leak. But I don't know. Well, it's a few days later, and I think what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of like quick put it together, not assemble everything. I have a little bell housing with a starter on it, and that's like a hunk of Volkswagen transmission. Just enough to hold the starter, and that can bolt to here and here, and all we need is the seal put on and the flywheel, no clutch, no nothing, and we can kind of like run it for a little bit. So that's the battle plan. So let's get this cleaned up a little bit. The seal, it has about an 1/8 inch of play, how far you can seat it into the back of the motor, and that allows you to kind of tweak a little bit on the flywheel where it sits. So I'm gonna let it sit a little more proud this way, and by doing that, it's going to allow it to seat or sit just a little further down on the flywheel. And what happens is sometimes they get a groove in them. You can actually, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little one right there. Oh, it's focused. Yeah, there's a groove in there right there. So I'm going to try to maybe offshoot that a little bit, and we'll see if we get a little bit better response. So I'm going to go clean that up, tap in the seal in there, and throw it back together, see what we get. Feels pretty even. Give it a fighting chance. Burn it up, you know. Get that O-ring out of there. Get a new one in it. Another area can leak. You wouldn't have that major leak even if this was missing that bad. But while we got it apart, definitely throw a new one of them in there. And in with the new. You can see how flat that one is. Gets mushed up against the crank, so that should be fine. I'm going to go get a pry bar and pull on that and see how much play we got front to back. It's actually pretty good. Alright. Make sure we don't have any up and down. There's a little. It's not side to side, it's not front to back that's got it, it's, yeah. So that rear main bearing's got some play. So probably it's happening, it can't maintain its center on the seal. That noise right there. It did sound a little funky when it was running. Oh well, let's keep going, see what we get. Watch your fingers. Guillotine, yeah. He's a little bit of a transfusion. She lost some blood on the table, so give it about that much. Whoa, almost. Slick, huh? Almost was. No pun. Well, I don't know if we lost anything with wiring. Haven't tried it yet. And that starter may or may not be any good, because every Volkswagen that I have, if it has a starter issue, it's the first place it gets stolen from. Let's see what we get. Battery. I charged that battery up. Good. We got an oil light. We don't have a generator light. Uh-oh. Where'd I lose it? Get back. All right. Let's get some fuel. We should have spark. I didn't, like I said, I haven't disconnected anything. The other problem too, this does not have a throttle. You can like pump the gas pedal because it's just a cable set to it. So let's go dump some down the throat and see if she'll go. So this right here is a vent going into the carb, into the float bowl. And I should be able to fill the float chamber with fuel. I have no idea what it has in it for gas, as far as this machine in general, how old it is. That should be enough to run on, and we'll give her just a little bit more to kick it off. Because it's up off idle a little bit with the choke on. Should put a clean pan or something on it. We'll see if it starts pouring though. You could back off the throttle, keep it idle. So let that warm up a little. We'll see it hissing right there. Grab a light. Probably would have been a good idea to run it before we took it apart too, but get rid of some of the choke. It may die on us, I don't know. Again, I don't know what we got for gas. Where's the hydraulics? Rev it up a little. Yeah, it's running out of gas, I think. Any oil light does work. All right, turn the key off. It's because if there's anything even in the tank, I just don't want to put stuff in it if it's, we got to do all that purging, you know. Yeah, it's got gas in it. Yeah, there's a lot of gas in there. About half full. Fuel pump might not be working, or it may have just died for something else. Now, let's go fill that float up one more time, and we'll let it run again. Worst case, we'll put a gas can up top, and we'll just let it run off of one of them. Let's see what we got. We got fuel in the filter, has it? What's it got for a fuel pump? I don't see a, there we go, looks new. Could always pull that line too and just crank it, see what we get. I mean, go fill it one more time, we'll let it run more, a little bit more. Choke, no choke. I'm gonna try no choke. Let's give her a little bit of, where are we on throttle? Let's give her a little bit of throttle. Where's the hydraulics? These ought to be hooked up while we're waiting. Does nothing. Come on. Might not be any fluid in it too. But she doesn't have any fluid in it. Nothing. Headlights, right? valves adjusted. Can idle. Try and rev it up. Don't like that. Give it some choke. And rev it. Carbs off a little bit. Kind of revved up by the hydraulics. There you go. I don't see a thing. I gotta clear the air in here real quick. I do see it. It's probably just the grease I put on it, spitting out right there. I think you gotta be a little careful. Like that would get on the clutch if there was a clutch was there. Nice. I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna open the door and turn the fan on real quick. We'll look in here. We'll see if we got any power steering fluid. So my guess is we gotta unplug this. That allows the cap to spin. I guess just a breather and overflow. I do not see much in there. There was something in there that looks like it fell off or something. What's that? Oh no, it's soldered on. Didn't it not look like that thing was flapping in there? Let's go try putting some more, again, it looks like power steering fluid in there, see if it comes back to life. Power steering fluid in ATF is very similar as far as its weight. Yeah, a little more. Didn't take as much as I thought it would to make a difference, but let's see. Fires out. Generator light's working. There we go. Yeah. This thing though, it doesn't have a governor, so like I put it in idle and of course it's stalled. You know, it's hard for it to maintain the RPMs. Let's turn the key off, but it's working and both the lights are working. That's a good sign. Man, this thing is built awesome. Didn't push any fluid out, so that's all it was. It's just not enough in the reservoir. We'll keep an eye on that, see how much it pushes out. Well, there you go. How's our puddle doing? I shouldn't say that. I think we're awesome. Dry, I tell you. Other than that, so we got a bunch to do. I ordered 2 master cylinders. That is a dual, but they're only using 1 chamber of it. So I've ordered a single and a double. The other one will just go in my stash. Possibly we'll just get rid of some of that junk that's on there. I got to adjust the valves. We got to kind of go through the carb and the fuel system. Yeah, definitely a bunch more stuff to kind of go take care of. I want to pressure wash to get all the crap off of it. and just kind of go through it, dig up an air cleaner. Neat though, huh? He said this is for taking it apart. You get a couple, these right here, you could break it and take the plow system right off the front of it. The cool tractor. The compressor's yelling at us, telling us to go home. All right, guys, with that, we're gonna sign off. I got to do a good assessment on it. Hopefully it doesn't start leaking in the future. A little concerned about that, you know, the crank up and down movement on it. That may or may not be okay. I guess time will tell on that one. But for this one, guys, if you want to see the rest of it getting put back together, hang around. Should be the next video, but no promises. Till then, I'll see you. Bye.